8:40 a.m. on Thursday, December 11th. Still in northern Vermont, but a different door today. This is the one at Stowe Mountain Resort, and we've got light, fluffy flakes falling. Here's the snow cam at the snow plot above Lookout over the last 24 hours. Before the table tipped over yesterday, that's how it does. It tips over every day at about 6 a.m. There were 3 inches, and then it just snowed and bursts and fits and starts most of the day yesterday. Nice snowy day in northern Vermont. And then last night there were a couple more bursts, and before the plot tipped over again this morning, 8 more inches. So that is irrefutable. 11 inches of snow here at Mount Mansfield in the last probably 30 hours or so. It started snowing Tuesday night. And so here we are on Thursday, and the lifts are running. And why am I not on them? I crashed and burned up there yesterday. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. I'm okay. I am standing. That is nice. It was not easy getting out of bed this morning. But it gives me more time to look at the weather data. And there have been some significant changes for next week. 48 hours ago, we showed the HRRR that said the snow was going to stop on Thursday morning. And I guess maybe it has stopped, but not at J Peak. It is snowing more than an inch an hour at J. Look at the size of those snowflakes. We had yesterday a warm front. Last night we had a wave on the front, and it was a cyclone, really. And today we have cold air advection. 3 different reasons to keep it snowing here, both at J Peak and here at Mount Mansfield, where I'm watching a groomer go right up gondolier. The gondola is opening this weekend, and Sunny Spruce is opening this weekend. I know we've been talking about skiing so long. It's still kind of early in the season. There's not a lot of people around. Who got the most snow yesterday? It was not northern Vermont. It was southern Vermont. 10.9 at Land Grove. That's near Magic Mountain in south central Vermont. So all my friends skiing at Killington and Magic and Okemo are having a blast today. And now we're going to have lake effect plumes of snow, continued upslope snow, and it always finds another reason to snow. High temperatures for the day occurred before the sun came up. There's the map this morning. The red numbers are wind gusts. I can't believe how little wind there is right here where I am. You can't even hear it. But across many of the areas, we have winds gusting now 20 to 30, and there's a wind advisory for southern New England for gusts over 40 miles an hour today. So there's a lot of air moving, and the surface map this afternoon at 1 o'clock is a 984-ish low, maybe 982. That's a pretty deep storm, and there's no real strong high-pressure system, but just high enough to create these winds and the the third plunge of Arctic air coming into New England. I don't think we're going to experience record cold with this one. As a matter of fact, when I look at the record map this morning, the only records before the sun even came up were for high temperatures in Oregon and Washington. It's been ridiculously warm, along with that atmospheric river coming from north of Hawaii into the northwestern United States, and then running into the icebox that is Siberian air covering all of Canada. And it is along that boundary of the record warm and the storms coming in off the Pacific. We're going to keep the action going. And here is the advisories, watches, and warnings map. You have some smattering of winter storm warnings. I think Idaho and Wyoming out west on the cold side of the front. And in western Montana, on the edge of the warmth, there's the avalanche warning. That's the blue there in Montana. And then over southern New England, you have the wind advisory for today. So very windy, and temperatures are falling from the 20s into the teens north and single digits by evening. And in southern New England, falling through the 30s into the 20s. So we had a little bit of a thaw yesterday, but I looked at the Blue Hill data, and we're running about 8 degrees below normal per day at Blue Hill for the first 10 days of December. So that's fairly remarkable. And it's not quite 1989 levels, and I know we don't really want a 1989 winter because it turned very warm and quiet in 90 in January and February. So let's take 1981, look at the snow stake on Mount Mansfield now. 55 inches as of yesterday, and the only winter that's ahead of it, and just barely, is 1981, 1982, and that went on to be a tremendous winter. So I think we're going to be more like that than any 89 or 90. So let's go to the local radar this morning, and there's still lake effect snow just firing up actually, and these upslope snows that don't show up that well, and the snow from last night in Maine. We also picked up 4 inches on the Maine mid-coast. That's lifting out with that low pressure system, and it's not an easy forecast. Use the NAM from 6Z, and it shows not much going on in Vermont, does it? But there's a lot of black lines on there, and that's the isobars. What is wind? Air moving from high to low pressure. It's more the low to the north that's causing the wind today. And you see the 510 thickness again, the blue line. This is Arctic air coming in. It's low barometer cold, so it's going to be colder higher up in the mountains. And there's the snow coming back a little bit tonight, and upslope snow is going to continue. So Jay may end up with another 10 to 15 inches of snow on top of the 10 to 15 we've already had. So this looks pushing 3 feet of snow. And then on Saturday, here comes some snow again. And look, it even tries to snow in southern New England. And that is a wave on a front, sort of an upper level disturbance. And then we are going to have low pressure going south of us on Saturday night and Sunday. And sure enough, there is the NAM trying to bring snow from Connecticut to Cape Cod. This goes out to 1 o'clock on Sunday, and it may still be going, so there is a pretty good chance that the South Coast could get its first coating of snow this weekend. I know we've been going all over the place with that forecast, and we're going to do it again, and we're going to stick with the Euro. It failed so bad on last Tuesday's storm, but it's done pretty good since then, except for what happens at the end here. Next week it was supposed to be this warm storm next Friday. Canceled. So let's go with the Euro now and show this going out 10 days, and our low pressure system in north of Maine is kind of slowed down, but the Greenland block is releasing. So you'd think maybe it would turn warmer, but there's no sign of that in the next 48 hours. We're going to have another little front coming through with some upper level energy and perhaps a very subtle northern instability trough trying to set up with a kink in the isobars, wind from the north in Maine, wind from the west in Pennsylvania, and it shows just really light snow, but it's very cold and light snow tomorrow. And then Sunday, there's that low going south of New England. There's not too much high pressure. There's no high pressure to the north, and with no high to the north, the high is way off to the west. That is not conducive to any kind of major system. So we're just getting the southern stream lifting north enough, not phasing with the northern stream, to bring that little bit of snow from Connecticut to Cape Cod. And as for that, yesterday said Cape Cod blizzard at the National Seashore on Sunday afternoon, it does not appear that's happening. It looks like the ocean effect snow will stay offshore with just enough of a westerly component to the northwest wind to prevent that. And so then we have cold air advection again on Monday, and not quite as cold as this week, but it's more Arctic air, and the upper level low is right over us, so it probably keeps on snowing at J, and that's a wayward polar vortex lifting out very quickly with high pressure going to our south. Now Wednesday, here comes some more warmer air and maybe a little bit of rain or snow mixed, and now it looks like a cold front tries to press through on Thursday. Yesterday we mentioned there was some high in southeastern Canada, and now it looks like it tries to push the cold front all the way down to the south coast with more rain and upper elevation snow coming at us next Thursday into Friday. And now this goes out to Saturday, and it's just amazing. We're supposed to be a warm storm. It's a high pressure system on Friday, and then on Saturday, now it has another front right over us with another mixture of snow north and rain south next Saturday, and that is now the December 20th, 5 days before Christmas. And so every time it looks like a warm wave is going to come at us, somehow the guidance puts a kibosh on it. Instead, we just get something like yesterday, where we did get to 40 to 45 degrees in southern New England with some rain. And so here comes the ice back and the snow back at times over the next couple days. Oh yeah, I wanted to stick on this map. Did I get off it? I'll stay on that day 10 map, because what's really noticeable is the front that kind of strings out across the entire nation with that 540 line going from Cape Cod all the way out there to the Great Lakes states and then down into San Francisco. So that's a coast-to-coast polar front, and Arctic air is strung out all across Canada. There's no warmth in Canada at all there, and the systems continue to come in off the Pacific Ocean, and it looks like it may actually snow at Tahoe, and meanwhile the mountains of Idaho and Wyoming are getting the most. Yeah, so why don't I show the snowfall, coast-to-coast snowfall out through that same period, Saturday, December 20th. And there on the upper right is the last of last night's snow. And then you have this stripe of snow, or stripes of snow, across the Great Lakes states and stretching into western New England. And then you have that weak wave going across with more snow, not quite exactly missing to the south. It's clipping Long Island and Martha's Vineyard, and then the snow is really piling up out west in Idaho and Wyoming. Wow, that is feet of snow there, and that's on the edge of the Arctic air to the north in Canada, and the record warmth that's coming into most of the southwestern United States. And you have this strip of snow coming right across the nation, and it goes out now to Saturday, and there's quite a bit of snow in mostly the northern states. You can make out the steering current with the trough in the eastern United States, and if we close in, it shows maybe an inch or two of snow from Long Island to Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket, and the least amount of snow is where we get the most last week in southern New Hampshire and in western Maine, but the ground is already white there. So if we're working on a white Christmas, they're all set in that area near southern New Hampshire. I don't think it melted yesterday. It was actually some freezing rain, so that is our 10-day forecast. And so what happened yesterday? It was going to be a big day. We're going to ski Smugglers in the morning, which is on the other side of this mountain. And there's a road that connects the two, but that's not open in the winter, so you have to drive more than an hour to get over here to this side. And we were very excited and getting on the slope at about 2 o'clock, and there was powder around, and I was very excited, so I did bypass to what I call Tim's line. Tim's line from bypass to the nosedive glades, and what happened was my uphill ski caught and released, and then I dented my knee on a mogul, and it was a pretty hard mogul. I don't think it was a rock, it might have been. And then my other ski, my downhill ski, did not release on my right foot, and so I strained my calf. On my right calf is strained, and my left knee is bruised. So I am bruised, and I am dented, but I am not broken. I am probably not going to take another ski run until 2026, which is... 3 weeks away? So the season is not over, and it's a miracle I think I'm standing, but I'm going to be hobbling, so I'm not going to go into details anymore on that. I'm going to just say that after my wipeout, I met Craig and Mary. Very nice to talk to you from southern New England. Longtime fans on TV. They were watching, and now they can watch on the YouTube video. I let them know about out the door weather and more. Yesterday's weather today begins with a cute little ladybug on my heady topper sticker at Smugglers Notch, and we'll take you through the day all the way to my last lift ride of the season yesterday. Weir's up there with Carl representing now. I think he's in the glades right over there next to Sunrise. Is that right, Weir? All right. Thanks for taking care of me, Nurse Lundstedt, and more from yesterday. And more. Wednesday morning, December 10th, we've got heady goals today, and we've also got focus. Ladybugs all over the place. Indoors here at Smugglers Notch, Vermont, where we're going out into the snow, and our goal, 2 resorts in one day in a snowstorm. Can we do it? They're so close yet so far apart. 9:20 a.m., 28 degrees. That's 40 degrees warmer than it was yesterday.
45 degrees.
45 degrees warmer, so this road, if we could go all the way, we could be at Stowe in a few minutes, but instead we're going to go up the lift here at Sterling. Look over at Stowe. Well, probably not going to be able to see it because of the snow. What's the sign say? Mount Mansfield State Forest. Smugglers Notch. Ski trails, hiking, picnic, camping. Notch Road closed. Can you miss the bumps, please? Vehicles in the front row already have, I don't know, a quarter to a half inch of snow on them. So it just started. We only picked up about a half inch last night. But talk about a wall of snow here at America's Family Resort. Approaching the summit, everyone that has skied under us was not making much noise besides poof, poof, poof. So I gotta think we've got more than an inch, and it's kind of blowing around up here too. Beautiful. Wednesday morning. Wednesdays are good if you can get them. And we got it. Obstructed view seating. There's a ledge right below here. There are some triple diamond trails here, but they're not accessible from this lift. But that is a pretty gnarly ride. Mine. Okay, don't mind if we do. Texture's just right. And I know it's thin. We may encounter objects just below the surface. There he is. Compare this to Mount Mansfield late in the day. powder. It's a powder day. Water bars around here. I think the snow is actually quite deeper over at Mansfield. We'll compare. Call it moderate snow right here with pretty small flakes. And we picked up just a little over an inch so far. And on to the next mountain, which is...
That's where we're going this afternoon.
Yeah.
Spruce.
Cool. And for now, maybe we'll try and get some of that pipeline escape. Well, we did that yesterday, but all good. It's all good. Here we go. There it is. Smugglers Notch. 108 through the notch. Maybe not.
Oh boy. Houston, we have a problem. Road closed.
How do we get to Stowe now?
Maybe ask this guy how to get to Stowe.
I don't think I would like that. I'm going down with dignity, backing out. All right, so it's 12:10. We're gonna see how long it takes.
Ask this guy how to get to Stowe.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary going downhill, that's for sure. That's why we're testing it out. Put it in one first gear, it doesn't do this kind of thing. That slows down your day.
Subaru Outback too. I thought they were good in the snow.
It's the drivers, I think.
Well, welcome. What do we got here, Tim?
I think we get some, maybe
Christmas. Christmas lights going up.
Street lights across the...
MBL Airport.
We got half mile, 3/4 mile.
Close to half, maybe 3/4.
So that's a half inch of snow per hour, perhaps. 27 degrees.
There's the anemometer and the instrumentation, I think.
How about that? We look at Morrisville every day. Stowe Flake. And it's funny, we're coming down Cape Cod Road here to cut back to 108. Probably only about 20 miles south of where we started, but an hour later.
Oh, there it is, Cape Cod.
We're on Cape Cod. They had a lot of snow here. I knew it'd snow on Cape Cod.
Getting a little closer. Tim just said respectable snowbanks here.
Yeah, tree skiing all the way down to the bottom.
Okay.
Take a right. Nope. Go by the lodge.
Going by the lodge?
Underneath the over easy.
Oh boy. I think we've got a problem.
Can't go back to Smugglers. What's this resort right here? Stowe.
Stowe. Oh man, bummer. Road is closed.
We're literally about 15 miles north of where we started 60 minutes ago. There's 108. That was fun.
Tim, where are we? Hey, did you say something?
Hey, what?
2 o'clock. Do we make it?
The powder off the roof. Powder coming off the roof.
It's kind of like, isn't it kind of like another world here compared to Smugglers Notch? Okay, 2 o'clock, headed over.
2:13 p.m. Second resort of the day. And we've got not only snow, but we've got a lot of fog. And what is fog?
Future snow.
We've got future snow on snow on snow. It's amazing how much thicker it looks over here than over there. Witnesses to my little yard sale on Tim's line. I am up and back in my skis. Thank you for offering assistance. And have we met before?
Yeah. I met you. Oh yes, we met you at the music circus.
Music circus.
Yes, we went to. You were seeing Heart.
Oh, that's so funny.
That was a long time ago.
And what's your name?
I'm Craig, and this is my wife Mary.
Craig and Mary.
Tim, we love you. We think you're great.
I know. We listened to your snow report.
And you said something about you asked me a few years ago if you should go to Stowe, and you did?
Yeah, because I asked you how, because they were saying it
it's
might
worth
rain.
driving up from Massachusetts.
They were saying rain and or maybe snow, and you said go, it's gonna snow. And then we came up here and it was snowing to beat the band, and everything was open, and even now we're talking national. And you said, Mary, did you launch it? So then I said, well, I better launch it. So I
Well,
did.
just going over the edge. National was open like the first day we were here. We did National top to bottom.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
unbelievable. Usually
Yeah.
it's the middle of January before we get the
Right.
whole mountain open.
And so you injured yourself at Jackson?
Oh yeah, I broke my leg 2 years ago now.
2 years
That's
ago,
it.
Jackson Hole.
And how did you get down to the bottom that day?
I skied on one ski and down. Well, we were at the top. And I skied all the way down to the entrance